Oh, greetings, friends. It's me. It's Ken doing the Piercing Ken thing at the Artexpo New York. We're excited. We're excited because we're meeting new artists and artists we've known for some time. Here's a new artist to me, Marco Santini. Wow, really awesome stuff, and I'd really like to learn more about it. So I'm going to say, hey, Marco.
Going?
What's up? How are you, man?
I'm amazing.
Talk to me about this wonderful art. This is very 3D.
Yes, so these are rare, valuable signed books that I argue are collecting dust, not being appreciated. This is signed, dated, and drawn by Picasso here.
The book?
The book.
He signed that.
He signed it and he drew it, and so I find a lot of value in basically upcycling it. So I read through the whole book, I cut up what I see and I take away, and I highlight the essence, the soul of the work in a visual manner. I got in front of an executive at Christie's who called it a new art category.
Oh, look at that.
I'm calling it illuminism, the idea of shining a light on a subject and objectively picking it out. So this was signed by Michael Jordan. You see the whole chronology here from his early days at North Carolina, the Gatorade, the shoe deal, the triangle offense, his first championship, his first gold medal, retiring, coming back to wear the 45, his last game of the Garden. So it's really about storytelling.
Wow.
I keep the original binding intact, so it's actually a book that is signed. I call it also a cross-generational collaboration, very much so in terms of this. This piece I sold, this is an Ansel Adams design, so a very famous photographer who brought the American Southwest to the world. So around it I painted, you know, his mentor, the system he created, his first camera, the Kodak #1 Brownie Model B, you know, giving you part of his personal bio. Here's a Georgia O'Keeffe, very, very expensive book that I purchased. So a lot of it is working with high-end museums and high-end collectors to get the books that are very, very valuable and rare, but also being able to transform them. A cool component.
Do you let them know that you're going to cut it up?
So a lot of them are dead.
I meant them, like if a curator's like, well, we'll give you this book. And it's like,
no, they don't really need to know what I'm doing with it. I have started a new series where I interview living artists. If you're familiar with Beeble's work, the guy who sold a single JPEG for $69 million.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of exploded the whole NFT craze, so I got to interview him. And he said some really great things about my work. He shared my work on Twitter and it exploded. And I got to go down and meet him, and after I met him, I made this piece.
I think a number of my colleagues' heads just exploded when they heard the sold a single JPEG for millions of dollars.
$69 million.
$69 million.
Wow.
Is there hope for us all, my friends? Probably not. No.
I think so.
What's that?
At the top, you see a little bit of my earlier works. These are a little bit flatter, starting with magazines. That was a magazine that was all colors, and I just picked out the red, black, and white imagery that was inside of it, highlighted around the female form. This was a book, a children's book about the Milky Way and the galaxy. I was just fascinated with. This was one of two pieces I created for the my favorite images of the Louvre. This was the first one I did with a traditional gold frame, but then a more modern pink matting, because I was like, there's no pink in here. And then I created a second one that was the open book format, and actually got to showcase it in the Louvre for a year last year.
Sweet, and this is
pretty awesome. This is a book about mythology, called Mythologica, really my son's favorite book. And then there's a cool communal component, so to most of the pieces here, a buyer has the ability to choose a school or a charity anywhere in the world, and I go and talk to the students about the importance of art, and then I paint a mural with the students on that.
Sweet. So I don't remember you saying how long ago you got into this style.
So I started the process back in around 2019. It actually originated on the streets of New York City soon after I met Consumer, when I would go around the streets of New York and I would destroy negative advertisements. So this was like, this product will make you beautiful, or you need this. I was like, that's total BS. Like, that's negative advertising. I would go around, I would cut up, destroy, paint over these negative ads. And it was a little bit of a gray area in terms of legality. It's illegal to put up weed placements and posters, but it's illegal to take them down and paint over them. So I was looking for something with a lot of layers, and I found books and magazines. I'm like, I can do this in my art studio. And I started to develop from there, and it just exploded.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, this is really amazing. So offhand, how long does something like this take to do?
So it's about a 2-month process
For
between
each work.
sourcing, reading through the book, understanding it, cutting it, and then finalizing it. Obviously, the mural and social component can take a little bit longer, but it's a really thought out process. I mean, I create the whole thing in my notebooks about what I'm going to do before I cut it, because once you make the first cut, you really can't go back. But I do leave some room for spontaneity to kind of allow for new ideas to come up.
Awesome. Marco, thanks so much for your time. I appreciate you. I'm going to let him get back to telling everybody around him about this cool works. So that's it, my friends. You know the drill. Here's the scoop. Click the subscribe button. Click that notification bell. Leave a comment on the video so we know you're out there. And we like to know you're out there. You know that, right? I did say that. Did I say that before? I know I said it before. Okay. From the Artexpo New York and the Consumer Art Collective booth and the work of Marco Santini, I remain your humble host, Ken. See you next time. Thank you. Bye.